Okay, I'm going to make corn chowder. First of all, I'm going to start out with, in my big fry pan, I'm going to start out with a clump of garlic butter. I like the garlic butter. You can use regular butter if you want. Garlic butter is going to give it a nice little flavor. The garlic is already in the butter. So I'm going to put probably, if you're using butter, use probably almost a stick of butter. Okay, I'm going to start heating that up a little bit. Okay. And I have potatoes, and a sweet onion, corn, which I put up last summer, or the summer before, I don't know when. There's no date on it, of course. I never date anything. It'll be fine. Either you can use this or you can use a can of corn, Niblets corn. I have some Italian sausage. You can use bacon if you'd rather. I'm using some Italian sausage that I have in my freezer. Flour, Mrs. Dash, and of course, the half and half. So that is melting the butter. So now I'm going to put in here half and half. Probably 2 or 3 cups. Okay, what I'm going to do is I have to make I want my soup a little thick, so potatoes actually thicken it themselves. So I'm not going to need much flour at all in here. And of course, I wouldn't eat this because it's full of carbs. But it's not for me. Probably put half a cup of flour. Half a cup of flour, you make a white sauce. Put a little water, cold water to this. Make sure it's cold water. And this is the thickening agent. So you got your basic, okay, thickening agent. There we go, nice and thick. See how it makes like a paste? Yeah, you could use, this is what we used to use for wallpaper paste years ago. Because of the gluten in the flour. It's glue. Gluten, glue protein. Yeah, that's why it's not too hot for you. Okay. I'm going to take my corn, open my corn. Let's see, is that another bag in there? That's another bag in there. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Another bag in a bag. Okay. Alright, that is corn in there. Here's the corn chowder. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And it's been easy to open a can of corn, I'll tell you. It's enough. Just a little bit of sweet onion. Cutting it little pieces. To this I'm going to, okay, I put another little slice of onion in there, just enough onion. Then I'm going to add my potatoes. Clean my potatoes off. Cut the potatoes into little bite-sized pieces. Just like that. Wash it off. Cut them into pieces. And then over here, slice them in there. You don't want big pieces. It's starting to boil, so I'm going to add my pasty flour stuff to thicken my corn chowder over here. So I'm putting this in and stirring it really well as I put it in. So it's nice and it'll get thick now. It'll blend right in. Okay, even do it like that to get all that flour in there. Yep, did it. Yep, there we go. It is on low and it is getting thick. I'm going to add the rest of the potatoes to cook, but you can see it's getting a nice texture of creaminess. The flour makes it a little thick. You got the corn in there. You got some potatoes. I'm going to throw in some more potatoes, and I'm going to throw in some Italian sausage. I'm going to let the Italian sausage, there's not much fat in that at all because I made the Italian sausage myself. If you do it, if you don't use homemade sausage, you have a lot of fat in it. You cook the bacon or the sausage ahead of time, and then just add the meat, none of the fat in there. I'm also going to add some Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash has no salt in it. Yes, Bruce, sharpen the knives. So I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash. Just maybe half a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash for flavoring. Okay, I'm going to stir it again because it's bubbling here. Oh, that smells wonderful. Mmm. Getting thick. Add some sausage. Add the rest of the potatoes. And we'll have a nice soup. I'm adding about maybe this much sausage, maybe 1/4 pound, not much, just to give it a little flavor, because you don't want sausage soup, you want corn and potato soup, so just a little bit. I'm cutting up in little pieces the sausage, just little pieces. Get my big thumb out of there too, my little cut thumb. And if you do have to cook when you have a Band-Aid, you put a rubber glove on your hand, a latex glove on your hand. I'm just not using my thumb, that's all. I've added the rest of the potatoes, the sausage is in there, corn, potatoes, and it's nice and thick. So I'm just going to let that cook down for 15-20 minutes. The potatoes will be cooked and it'll be ready to eat. That's it.